Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Lynn Davenport. I live at 3210 Barronry Drive in Urbana. I have 3 daughters in the Urbana School District right now. I have a 6th grader, a 4th grader, and a 2nd grader. I have a 4th daughter who will enter kindergarten in 2011. I've been a parent at Wiley since my oldest daughter started kindergarten in 2003. I attended 3 of your recent school board meetings related specifically to the budget cuts that you were forced to make due to the decreases in state funding that all of us are very well aware. I came away depressed, I came away concerned, but I also came away convinced that the process was thorough, that this board listened to the needs and concerns of the families in this district, and that you were careful in your deliberations. It wasn't easy, but it was your job, and you did it. Now I am asking that you apply the same level of scrutiny as you consider the potential closure of one of our elementary schools in Urbana. Explain to the community how it makes sense. Explain how it's good for Urbana kids. I understand that the issue is wrapped up in demographics and how we redistrict. I understand that it's wrapped up in sales tax money and how we choose to renovate our schools with that money. And I understand that the sales tax money is in one pot and our operating expenses are in another. But is a $500,000 decrease in operating expenses really worth trading in on the well-being of the children and the families across the district who would be affected by the choice to close one of our schools? I would say no. The board and the architects that looked at the cost for the King expansion project, between your April 13th meeting and your April 20th meeting, you were able to do a lot of good work to cut $1 million in cost in just a week, twice as much as we're talking about that you would save if you closed a school in our district. Hard work happened in those committees, but you did it, and that hard work will bring really good things to our King families. I am asking you to go back to work again. Figure out how to not close a school. Make that a priority. Think about other options, get input, think outside the box, and for goodness sakes, focus on renovating or rebuilding Washington early childhood, which I have heard this board on several occasions over the past several months describe as a priority, if not the priority, in our district. It's what this community voted for in November with the sales tax increase. Show this community and the surrounding ones too that Urbana does take education seriously and that we put our money where our mouth is. Closing a school sends the exact opposite message. People will leave. People will opt to not come in. I've talked to people in the last 3 weeks who are talking about Mahomet and Tolono and St. Joe. They should stay here. If you do decide to close a school without being transparent about the reasons, without directly stating and explaining your criteria, without taking the time to ensure you're using accurate and appropriate capacity and space considerations, without giving opportunities for input by the strategic planning action teams that were described at the end of the last board meeting as part of our strategic planning process, then you're going against the core values of this district and this community. I was energized at that last meeting when Don got up and talked about all the work that was done during those first strategic planning sessions, and to see the high expectations that we're committing ourselves to in our district. We don't want to just get by, we want Urbana schools to excel. And to see the collaboration involved in bringing together all those great ideas, that's why I want my kids in Urbana schools. My youngest won't graduate from high school until 2024, and I want to be in this district when that happens. I want my kids to be in the kind of diverse communities we have in Urbana schools, and I want all Urbana schools to thrive. Dismantling one school body and cramming it into the ones left behind doesn't allow anybody anywhere to thrive. Before I finish, and I swear to God I will finish, I just want to remind you as you go into this decision-making process of just one of the guiding statements that did come out of that first strategic planning session. It was actually one of Don's first bullets on your parameter slide. You might not remember it, but I do. It's a really, really simple message, and it was this. In decision-making, student well-being will always be given the highest priority. Now it's your job to show me and the rest of this room how closing a school any school in our district does anything but damage well-being, destroy community, and delay this board's ability to focus its energy on planning for the school improvements and renovations that this community already voted for in November to support through the sales tax increase. We asked you to build up our schools. I don't think I'm the only one in this room who believes that building up our schools includes figuring out how to not close one. It's your job. It's what our votes asked you to do. Find a way to reprioritize that preserves all 6 of our elementary school communities while also creating a better space for early childhood that will bring people into Urbana instead of sending them away. Keep your promises. It's your job as our school board to put our children's well-being first. Thank you.
Thank you.